I never believed my greatest enemy would come from my own blood. The day my sister accused me of witchcraft, my whole world collapsed. The village turned against me. I was dragged to the shrine and forced to prove my innocence in a way no human being should face. But what happened next shocked everyone. Stay with me until the end of this story, because the truth you are about to hear may change how you see jealousy, family, and forgiveness forever. My name is Nkiru. I was born in a small village where news traveled faster than the wind, and where people believed deeply in signs, destiny, and unseen forces. In our village, people did not need proof to judge you. Suspicion was enough. I grew up in a small mud house with a zinc roof that made loud noises whenever rain fell. That house carried laughter, tears, hunger, joy, and secrets. Inside that house lived 4 people: my father, my mother, my elder sister Ada, and me. Ada was 2 years older than me. From childhood, people said she was special. She was beautiful, bold, and fearless. When she entered a place, heads turned. When she spoke, people listened. I was the opposite. Quiet, reserved, observant. I preferred listening to talking. I preferred watching to shouting. While Ada wanted to be seen, I wanted to understand. Our mother used to say, smiling, "One of you is fire, the other is water." At that time, we didn't know that fire and water can destroy each other. Everything changed the year our mother died. She fell sick suddenly. 1 week she was strong, the next week she could barely stand. By the time we understood what was happening, she was gone. Her death broke our father. He became thinner, quieter, older overnight. From that day, he became both father and mother to us. He worked harder, he talked less, and he watched us more closely. After our mother's death, Ada changed. She became louder, wilder, more rebellious. I became quieter. While Ada went out often, I stayed home to help my father. I cooked, cleaned, followed him to the farm, and listened when he talked about life. Not because I was perfect, but because pain taught me caution. For many years, Ada was still my father's pride. People admired her confidence. She will marry well, women said. She is sharp, men said. Ada enjoyed the attention. She loved new clothes. She loved laughter. She loved being admired. But admiration slowly became arrogance. She began coming home late, sometimes after midnight. My father warned her, "Ada, the world is not kind to careless girls." She laughed. "You worry too much," she replied. I watched silently. One morning, I noticed Ada vomiting behind the house. She looked weak, pale. When my father asked her what was wrong, she lied. "It's malaria." But malaria does not make a girl avoid her father's eyes. The truth came out slowly, painfully. Ada was pregnant. No husband, no engagement, no clear answer. That day, my father did not shout. He sat on a wooden stool and stared at the ground for a long time. Then he said something I will never forget. Trust is harder to rebuild than money. In our village, an unwanted pregnancy was not just a mistake, it was a stain.
People whispered, women judged, elders frowned. To protect Ada, my father sold a portion of his land quietly. He sent Ada away to handle the situation discreetly. He saved her name, but Ada never apologized. She blamed everyone else. The man deceived me. You people are too strict. This village is backward. My father listened in silence.
Something inside him closed that day. When Ada returned, we hoped she had learned, but she had not. She still insulted elders. She still borrowed money and refused to pay. She still chased quick pleasure. One evening, my father discovered money missing from his box. He said nothing. Later that night, he followed Ada quietly. He saw her give the money to a man by the roadside. When he returned home, he sat on the bed and cried. That night, I heard a grown man cry like a child. Still, my father gave Ada one last chance. He handed her money and asked her to manage part of the farm business. Within months, workers complained she insulted them. Money disappeared. Records were missing. When my father asked questions, Ada shouted, "You don't trust me. You think I am useless." That was the moment my father understood something painful. Love without discipline is destruction. One night, my father called me into his room. He looked tired, old, defeated. "My daughter," he said softly, "I am afraid." "Afraid of what, Father?" "That everything I worked for will be wasted." He explained his plan. I would manage the farm. Ada would take the townhouse. Not because I was better, but because I was careful. He said, "If I leave everything in Ada's hands, it will disappear." Ada overheard that conversation. She did not hear responsibility. She heard rejection. She did not hear wisdom. She heard insult. From that day, she stopped seeing me as a sister. I became the reason she lost control, and bitterness took root. 2 months later, our father fell sick. This time, he did not recover. When he died, the village mourned. I cried until my chest hurt. Ada cried loudly at the burial. But after that, she became calm, too calm. She watched me closely. Ada noticed something. The elders greeted me respectfully. Workers listened when I spoke. People trusted me. That trust reminded her what she lost. That was when she made a decision. If she could not take the inheritance legally, she would destroy my name. She started gently. "I'm worried about my sister. She has changed." Concern sounds innocent. Fear followed it quietly. Ada began walking around at night. If neighbors saw her, she acted afraid. I heard strange sounds from my sister's room. Fear grew. Silence became suspicious. While I was away, Ada entered my room. She planted feathers, red-tied clothes, dried herbs. Later, she suggested a search. When they found them, people gasped. My truth drowned in fear. Ada connected our father's death to me. He was strong before their argument. She never accused, she suggested. Suggestion is deadly. My voice disappeared. "She quarreled with him before he fell sick," Ada continued. That sentence changed everything. Suggestion replaced truth. After the elders found the strange items in my room,
Nothing was the same again. People no longer greeted me. Women I used to laugh with avoided my eyes. Children ran away when they saw me coming. At the market, conversations stopped when I appeared. Fear had given birth to judgment. I kept asking myself the same question every night. How did my life turn into this so quickly? Ada acted worried in public. She is my sister, she told people, shaking her head sadly. I don't understand what is happening to her. But when we were alone, her eyes were cold. One afternoon, a messenger came to our house. The village council wants to see you, he said. My legs trembled. When I arrived, the elders were already seated. Ada sat among them, her head bowed. The chief elder spoke slowly. Strange things have been happening, he said, and your name keeps coming up. I opened my mouth to speak. Ada stood up before I could finish. My fathers, she said, her voice shaking. I did not want to speak, but fear has forced me. She began to cry. She talks alone at night. She refuses marriage. She changed after our father's death. I shouted, "That is not true." The elders frowned. "Why are you shouting?" one asked. My anger became my crying. Ada knelt down suddenly. "She threatens me," she cried. "I fear sleeping in the same house." The elders murmured. One said, "Why would a sister lie like this?" That was when I understood something painful. Her tears carried more weight than my truth. I tried to explain, but fear had already decided. If this story is touching you, comment below. Have you ever been betrayed by someone close? Ada lifted her head and said the sentence that sealed my fate. If she is innocent, she said softly, let the shrine decide. Silence fell. Once the shrine was mentioned, logic disappeared. The elders nodded. I screamed, I begged, I held their legs, but they had already stopped seeing me as a human being. I was now a case. I was taken through the village like a criminal. People watched from their doors. Some spat on the ground. Some shook their heads. I wanted the earth to swallow me. Ada followed behind, crying loudly. But when our eyes met, she smiled. The shrine was at the edge of the village, dark, quiet, lonely. I was kept there with little food and water. Every night, fear wrapped itself around me. I prayed, God, if you exist, help me. No voice answered, only silence. On the third night, Ada came. She stood outside the fence. You should have shared everything, she whispered. You took what father denied me. My heart broke. So, this is about the inheritance, I asked. She laughed quietly. Everything is about power. She left me there, alone. On the 7th day, the elders arrived. They brought a drink. If you are innocent, you will live, they said. I closed my eyes. I drank. Pain burned through my body. I collapsed. People screamed. Ada covered her mouth, but I did not die. When I woke up, people were confused. I was weak, but alive. Fear began to crack. If she were truly evil, would she survive? Someone whispered. That was when the lie began to shake. Ada could not sleep. Guilt fought her dreams. That night, she screamed in her sleep. I only wanted the inheritance. I didn't mean to destroy her. People heard. The elders sent for her. Ada stood before the council, sweating, shaking. At first, she denied it, but lies collapsed under pressure. She fell to the ground and cried. She confessed everything. The whispers, the planted items, the bribed voices. The council was silent. The truth spread quickly. The same mouths that condemned me now whispered apologies. The elders cleared my name publicly. Ada lost everything. Her share of the inheritance was taken. She was banished from the village. She begged me. She cried. I forgave her, but forgiveness does not rebuild trust. Life did not return to normal immediately. Some scars remained forever. But slowly, people began to greet me again. Respect returned. Peace returned. But wisdom stayed. I learned that not all enemies come from outside. Jealousy grows where character fails. Silence can be used against the innocent. Truth may delay, but it never dies. Most of all, I learned this. Family betrayal cuts the deepest. If you are watching this story today, hear this. Heal rejection early. Do not let bitterness grow roots. Do not destroy another person to heal your wounds, because the price of jealousy is always higher than inheritance. If this story taught you something, share it with someone who needs healing today. Family betrayal is real, but wisdom can save us.